What's up, everybody? It's your boys Cam and T back at it again with another episode of the Cam and T podcast, man. If you like our content, man, please go ahead and follow us on all social media platforms and also as well on YouTube, Twitter, or X, whatever they call it now, Instagram. I am your co-host, Tony T. Tom West, and I got my brother from another mother, Cambo. What's going on, bro? Happy Pod Day. Happy Tuesday, my brother.
Yo, happy Pod Day, bro. How you living, man? How you
I'm
feeling?
good, bro. I'm good, man. I'm glad that football's back in full swing. We got NFL and college, so I'm in a pretty good mood. The temperature need to drop a little bit more. That temperature drop, I like it even more.
Bro, but it was 61 this morning, man. I had to put on a jacket.
It was nice. I went in the office today, and it was nice. Mm-hmm. It was nice this morning. It was real cool, and I like that. You feel me? But
put on a jacket, man.
I did too. Cam. Yeah. I had to put on a jacket. But yeah, man, we got a lot of stuff to get into tonight. Tonight's gonna be probably my favorite episode because it's just so much to jump into, man. NFL kicked off. The Carolina Panthers are absolutely god awful. The New York Giants are not too far behind them either, though. They're pretty terrible too. We're gonna talk about both of those teams. We're gonna talk about the NFL just in general, off the rip. We got a lot to jump into tonight. College football went crazy this weekend as well. Notre Dame, I forgot to bring that up to you. We got to talk about them too. Notre Dame's another team we got to kind of talk about. I forgot to bring this up to you in the pre-show. But Notre Dame losing to another sorry team. This is like the third or fourth year in a row now that they've dropped the game that they weren't supposed to drop. We got to talk about that a little bit as well in the college football segment. But, man, again, bro, it's going to be a good one. Tap in, stay locked in with us. And Panther fans, don't be squabbling on the internet. Don't be squabbling on the internet, man. The Panthers ain't good enough for y'all to be squabbling, cussing each other out, saying y'all gonna put people out their wheelchairs. It's not. The Panthers ain't good enough for y'all to be doing that, bro. Just relax. It's all love. Show love and gratitude to each other because life is short and precious. So y'all should all just show love. So let's start off with a positive first. Panther fans, show love because you're already going through enough hell on the field. Cam, let's jump right into it. The Carolina Panthers got absolutely boat raced in New Orleans. I mean, it honestly looked like a college team playing against a NFL team. I mean, truly. And I know everybody say, oh, well, if it was Georgia. No, NFL players are a lot better than college players. Let's just be honest. It looked like a team that didn't even deserve to be on the same field as the Saints. And I think the Saints personally are pretty mediocre. Me and you talked about that last week. We don't think they're a great team. And they absolutely dog-walked the Panthers, really from Jump Street, 47-10. Bryce Young, I think, had the worst performance of his whole entire career already. 13 of 30, 161 yards, 2 interceptions. I think he had a QBR of like 1 or something crazy like that, or like 10 or something like that. It was absolutely god-awful. The Panthers only ran for 58 yards when Dave Canales preached that he was going to run the ball this year. But I guess because they got down so quick, you couldn't do that because you were down 17-0 within the first, quarter, or really before that even. Within the first 10 minutes of the game, you were already down. You were already down 17-0. Cam, I want you to go first because you're probably a little bit more calm-mannered about it than I am. How do you feel about the Carolina Panthers right now in general, bro? Like, how do you feel about the Panthers?
I don't care.
So you empathetic at this point?
I don't care. Yeah. I mean, look, bro. I mean, what is there? We didn't do no town hall after the game. I don't know about you, but I didn't jump in those spaces after the game.
I jumped in one. Shout out to my boy Lil Rocket Nas. I jumped, and that's it. I
didn't do nothing. I sat there. I watched the game. Minded my own business. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care, bro. I just watched the game, and I'm gonna keep it a whole band with you, bro. And this is a thing that I think this is how I knew I didn't care, or this is how I knew that I was totally just out of it.
Yeah,
I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, me neither.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't surprised.
And I picked them to win, and I wasn't surprised.
And I don't know why you did, and I'm not gonna lie to you. That's why I kept saying I was like,
because I said to be optimistic, bro. They always say I'm a negative fan, so I was trying to be. You feel me? Trying to change the tide.
I feel you, But because I know I seen it wasn't just you. Now it wasn't just you that picked the Saints or that picked the Panthers. It was a lot of fans that picked the Panthers, and I was just like, yo, first and foremost, we in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? I can understand this is the first game of the season and we was at home and you was just picking us. But in New Orleans, I don't know. But listen, the thing about it though is, T, let me ask you a hypothetical question, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say tomorrow, right? Let's say tomorrow you get a new job. They hire you. You know what I'm saying? You do, you apply, you got the interview, all of that stuff. You did your job. You know what I'm saying? And let's say the very next day, they're like, okay, now you start working. How you going to perform in your first day?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Terrible.
Probably terrible.
Yeah.
More than likely, you're going to perform terrible. Even if this is the same exact job that you had been doing for years. Now you with a new company. Now you got a new way of doing things, but you haven't trained. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no kind of practice in, right?
Right. Yep.
You just got out there and did it. I don't know what Dave Canales was doing. Me and you both said this on this pod before. I don't know what he was doing by not playing his starters in the preseason. Who do you think you? I'm using your words now. Who do you think you are?
Yep.
What? Somebody riddle me, and I see people online all the time. They make me sick, bro. Panthers fans make me sick because again, what was the Carolina Panthers record last season, bro?
2-15.
So what makes y'all think that we gonna be good this year? You know what I'm saying? What makes y'all think that people in the media and people all around gotta respect us?
They don't.
For what? We just went 2-15 and didn't even get the number 1 pick, so we didn't get no better. We didn't get no better. We got worse on defense. We lost our top 3 sack leaders from a year ago. We lost Burns, we lost Louvu, and we lost Yetur Gross-Matos, and replaced them with Jadeveon Clowney and Kayvon Chason, who got cut a day before the game.
And DJ Wanham, who can't stay on the field. It's not funny.
And DJ Wanham, bro. Like, what are we talking about? And people talking about some, man, I see us getting, man, we about to get 7-8 wins.
Yeah, what? People are saying 7 wins.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What is you talking about? 7 wins where? What do you see? XL about to go for 1,000 yards in his rookie season. He's wide receiver 4 right now. He got to earn the snaps. Right. He himself even said, man, I don't know. He was like, man, I hope I can get out there, but I'm just doing my job. They've asked him. Sheena Investor asked him like every day for like 2 weeks straight. Like, what do you think you're going to be doing? And he said he didn't really know.
Right.
He said he didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because he knows there was other guys ahead of him. Thielen is still ahead of him. What's my boy name? Deontay Johnson was ahead of him. And Mingo was ahead of him because he had a really good training camp. So XL is wide receiver 4 as of right now. Now, after Sunday, he probably a little bit higher because he kind of was the best receiver on the field for us already, which is a really good thing. But again, they're expecting too much. The offensive line. Let's talk about the offensive line. They played a really good game. I'm not going to lie.
I thought they did too. I thought they was getting a little bit too much slander.
Absolutely. They was the best unit on the field.
Pretty solid. Yeah.
They was the best unit on the field. And the thing about it is, though, T, is that they still need more time to mesh. I mean, hopefully they're only going to get better from here. You know what I mean?
But only if they had a couple of games to play before the season started, Cam.
Bro, like
I wish that was a thing, you know?
Wouldn't that be crazy, bro? If there was a way that your team could kind of get in the motion of things and kind of, you know, have a feel of things, bro. And the last thing I'm gonna touch on, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. The running backs, it is what it is. Like you said in the opening, they couldn't even really run the ball because we got down so quick. Let's talk about the quarterback position. I got some bars for. It ain't even. I got some bars right now.
Okay, go ahead.
That I want to say. Listen, it's only game 1. I understand that. It's only game 1.
Yep.
He could get better throughout the season. He very well could.
Yep.
But what I seen in game 1 by him and the rest of the squad, y'all are ridiculous if y'all think that we're gonna not be the worst team in the league this year, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, every single game except for the Panthers and the Giants and the Cleveland Browns. All the rest of them and the Jets. But all the rest of them were one score or less.
Yeah.
Every single one. Up until crunch time, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one. The Panthers didn't stand a chance after the first play of the game on offense. The Giants didn't stand a chance at all. And we'll get to that in a second. I know you got bars.
Oh, yes, I do.
The Jets held in there for a little bit, but, after a while, they just got outclassed by a better team.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Browns didn't stand a chance because their quarterback situation is jacked up. But our quarterback situation is terrible right now.
Yeah.
Listen, I hate to say it, but Bryce Young, I'm starting to get worried, bro.
Yeah.
Last year, I thought, okay, the rest of the team was trash. It's just a rookie year. It was kind of like a rookie season. They threw you out there to the fire. It happens. This year, I'm not saying that you had to go out there and throw for 300 yards. You know what I'm saying? But my God, dude, did you have to go out there and throw a pick on your first play? Did you have to go out there and keep constantly overthrowing your receivers? I mean, constantly overthrowing your receivers, missing, throwing picks.
Yeah.
That was bad. And maybe it wasn't all his fault. I mean, Canales already said that it was kind of on him and the coaching staff because they didn't have the guys prepared. But come on, bro. Like, we can't keep doing this, bro. And Panthers fans everywhere, I want y'all to stop this optimism. Stop it. All right? You need to be real. Stop it. There is no 6 games, okay? There's no 7, no 8.
I've even backed down from my 5. I'm thinking more 2.
I'm 3. Again. I'm at 3 now.
Yeah, I'm thinking more 2 or 3 again.
I'm at 3. I said I was with you. I said 5. I'm at 3 now, bro. I can't do it no more. I'm not doing all of that. But go ahead, bro. You go ahead. The floor.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much took everything right out my mouth. I'll start with the quarterback position. I said this earlier. I'm giving Bryce Young to Thanksgiving week. If he's this terrible up until Thanksgiving week, we have a real serious problem. Because Panther fans, there's a lot of Panther fans that are rooting for Bryce Young to be terrible so they can say, oh, I told you. I told y'all so. And that's a terrible way to be a fan. Because if Bryce Young sucks, this franchise is cooked even more. Like, badly. Like, we're going to be another probably 3 or 4 years of being trash, essentially. And I think my loyalty to Bryce is starting to waver. I'll just be honest. Now, I'm just being a human. I'm just keeping it real. Some of those misses on Sunday were Daniel Jones bad.
Yeah, bro.
I can't lie to you. First play of the game, that was Daniel Jones bad. Like, that was bad. And I hate to say it, and people have said this before. This kid looks like Derek Carr, bro. He looks like a David Carr, his older brother, the first Carr, that just looks shook out there. He looks bad, bro. I'm not going to lie. He looks like he has no confidence, and I almost wondered the Panthers ruined him already in year 1.
Already, bro?
It makes me wonder, is he already cooked? Again, I'm going to give him to Thanksgiving week. I normally give quarterbacks 3 years of evaluation. But I'm not going to lie. If you're like Zach Wilson level bad, which right now Bryce is, after 2, you can pull the plug. Sometimes you got to take an L on your investment and say, we screwed up. That's just the truth. We screwed up. If we don't see any glimpse of hope of getting better with Bryce, and Bryce, y'all are saying Bryce don't got no help. I'm not going to lie. I disagree with that. I think Deontay Johnson's a pretty good player. I thought the interior offensive line did a really good job. I think Moten and Icky had a tough time at times the other day, but they were still good enough. I think Thielen was pretty terrible. I'm not going to lie. He was pretty terrible. He could not get separation. I thought your boy XL looked really good. Like I said, I thought he was our best wide receiver on Sunday. Yep. Jonathan Mingo. Put this camera on me, bro. Y'all love to call me a hater. Jonathan Mingo, I don't even want to say it. My parents, I know they're watching this. He sucks. There's no other way around it. We have to stop this crap. I told y'all this. Shout out to Lil Rocket Nas and me. We were the only one stepping on this last year. Wide receiver is the easiest position to transfer from the college to NFL. It's the easiest position, literally, because it's the same technique. Get open, make a play, attack the ball. Excel looks a miles better than Jonathan Mingo right now in his first game.
Yeah, he do.
In his first game. I'm like, okay, that kid can play NFL football. The Jonathan Mingo hype and optimism has to die now. That kid sucks. And I again, if his family is watching this, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just keeping it a band. The kid stinks. He sucks. There's no other way around it. We talked about this last week with Cole Turner and Adam Randall. If we went in on college kids like that, we definitely going to go in on professional players like that. That kid stinks. His career should be Jover, or he should be wide receiver 6 on a team. This dude fumbled 2 times in the game. Almost 3.
Did. Yeah, he did.
Jonathan Mingo is terrible. Y'all got to stop being, it's just his second year. And, go look at the good wide receivers and look what they did their rookie years. At least 600 yards, at least 500 yards, at least 700 yards. Jonathan Mingo sucks. There's no other way around it. That experience needs to be over. Done. I would be extremely happy if they just cut bait at trade deadline and say, hey, yo, he's not going to work out. We're done. It wouldn't bother me at all if they just went on ahead and say, we're done. Mingo sucks. So let's let that experiment go. And I do agree with you, Chills. I feel like running back and wide receiver is 1A, 1B easiest. Literally. Both of those are the easiest to transition to. But I think Mingo would suck. He's not good, bro. On any team, he's wide receiver 5 or 6. And your dumb ass took him in the second round at 39. You took him at second round at 39. Again, I'm not trying to be rude, but Scott Fitterer should never see another front office. Is he in the front office anywhere? He shouldn't be, because that kid sucks.
Is he in the Bills front office right now, y'all? Let me know.
He shouldn't be. That dude's terrible. But again, let me go back to what I was saying, though. I thought the O-line did pretty good, too. I'm kind of with you. I didn't think they were that bad. Bryce just sucked. I think people are scared to be like, oh, Bryce is our little baby, and we can't talk bad about him because he looks like an infant. He sucked. There's no other way. And I'm a Bryce stan. Love him. Love him at Alabama. He sucked. He sucked. It was no other way around it. Now, there were some things that Dave Canales, and let me get on him, too. He sucked, too, as well. He was terrible. I watched my guy's film. I can't remember his name. Me and him actually had a little conversation yesterday because I called him delusional. But I watched his tape. I wish I could bring the dude's name up. If I find his name in here on my Twitter, I'm going to give him a shout out because his video, he broke down everything and it was really, really good today. The Protest 4. Shout out to him. Y'all should go check out his YouTube video. He did a really good job breaking down the Panthers game film. And there were some things that Bryce actually did that wasn't really his fault. A lot of it was like bad coaching, to be honest. Dave Canales got took to the absolute woodshed, and Chills brought it up in the space the other day ago. I think this kid, Dave Canales, might be over his head a little bit already. Now, again, it's his first game, so let's give him some time, but he might be a little bit over his head, not going to lie, because he got took to the woodshed by one of the worst NFL coaches.
I mean, pretty much the worst coach in the league.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty rough that you got took to the woodshed that bad. So, yeah, again, as far as the defense, they're not getting enough slander to me. That defense sucked. There was only one good player on that defense, and that was J.C. Horn. Everybody else absolutely sucked.
I think Mike Jackson did good too. The other
got
corner
burnt a little bit too, though.
He
got burnt a few times. He was all right, but he got burnt. Derek Brown, we're gonna jump into him in a second. Obviously, not gonna lie, and it might have been an injury. We don't know. He might have already been injured when
probably what it is.
He was terrible. Not gonna lie. Davion Clowney, dude, you were terrible. No-show. You was a no-show. Josie Jewell, absolutely awful. That kid stinks as well. He's another one that just was absolutely god-awful. Jordan Fuller, terrible. I mean, it was too many terribles. Shaq Thompson, terrible. Like everybody was just terrible, bro. There's no other way around it, bro. You can't cut the cheese no other type of way. Everybody was terrible, bro. There's no other way around it. Now I want to get to the next part of this pod. Derrick Brown is now out for the year. Is the Panthers season over? I'll just jump right into it. Is it over?
Man, it was over before he was hurt. I mean, it's definitely over now. The next 2 seasons might be over. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's yeah, it's over. Shoot. I mean, listen, man. Derrick Brown, even if it's just a partial tear or whatever it is, don't even worry about coming back. I mean, he not.
Yeah, I mean, they listed him early, like 2 hours ago. They said he's done
out for the season. Yeah,
he's done.
I'm glad he made that decision, even if he didn't need to be out for the season. I'm glad he went ahead and made that decision. That was, yeah. Let me ask you this, bro.
Yeah.
2018-19. Yep. I think. No, 2000. No, 2000. Yeah, 2018-19.
Yep.
Hold on. No, excuse me. 17-18. 2017-18. Okay.
Yep.
Stay with me now. 2017-18.
Okay.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yep.
LeBron James. Who else was on that team?
Was Kyrie was gone by then, right?
Kyrie was gone.
J.R. Smith was probably on that team.
J.R. Smith was there.
I can't remember everybody that was on it. Was Kevin Love still there?
Kevin Love was there. But that's it.
On the fly now. Yeah, I can't really think of nobody else for real.
The point I'm trying to make is LeBron. You lose LeBron James off that team. What happens?
It's terrible. It's a 20 win team.
All right, then, exactly. And so we're talking about now. This is a bad comparison because LeBron did take them boys to the finals, and Derrick Brown ain't no LeBron. But my point is that team was bad with Derrick Brown on it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's gonna be worse without him on it. I mean, we talking about Derrick Brown. His addition to the team, I can't even say it would have gave us an extra win because we just got blitzed by 37 with him on the field. Yeah, on the field. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even like it was a close game. So I can't even say, listen, let me put it to you this way. If I got knocked out right now and I woke up in 19 weeks, and you told me the Carolina Panthers were 0-17, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, me either. After what I seen Sunday, I wouldn't be either.
I wouldn't even be surprised.
Let me ask you a question then. We both think 0-17 is on the board, possibly. Does Dave Canales survive that? Does Tepper pull the trigger again?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, he gone. 0-17, you gone.
Me personally, bro, I don't think Tepper can pull the trigger. If he pulls the trigger again, he's going to be officially Dan Snyder Jr. Officially.
But you can't bring that back, bro. You can't bring that back. I think if he goes 0-17, you got to cut it, bro. You can't bring that back. No, under any circumstance, in my humble opinion. It don't matter who the coach is, bro. It could have just.
So you think David Tepper's gonna fire a fourth coach within 5 years?
If they go 0-17, I think he will.
Sheesh.
I think, like, from me, in my humble opinion,
if he does that though, I'm not gonna lie, Cam. I mean, this organization is already screwed, but we're like, it's gonna be free agents not coming here. People draftees are gonna be pulling Eli Mannings. It's gonna be bad if that happens,
bro. You know, Prime already said Travis Hunter.
Travis ain't coming here. Shador ain't coming here.
He ain't going. That's what I'm saying. So
any other person that has any plateau like that, it's gonna be like, yeah, they're not coming here.
Yeah. If you go 0-17, bro,
you think 0-17 they'll fire Canales?
They'll fire him. 0-17, bro. I think anything less than 3 wins, or excuse me, anything.
I mean, I brought it up yesterday on Twitter that it's possible that I can't see. I can't see after all the media. Yeah, I can't see after all the slack he got for firing the first 2 coaches. Kind of see. I thought with Matt Rule, he took a little too long. My personal opinion.
He did.
Frank Wright, he let him go pretty quick. 10 games in, he was out of here. If he does that again this season, dude, I don't think the Panthers organization survives that. I'm just being real. Like it's gonna be Browns level bad, Lions level bad, like Jets level bad. Like it's gonna be a situation where people that have rank, like the Sanders family, and you might as well add Travis in there too. They're gonna pull the plug and say, "Oh no, we're not going to Carolina. It's too much of a crap show."
Yeah, I can't be mad at them for doing
it. I wouldn't be mad at them either.
Yeah, I think they could shoot. It don't matter. Like to me, bro, if you go 0-17, like that's the first 0-17 season in NFL history. You can't. The first whoever
good question
gets that.
Too. This is a good question too. No. If Bryce Young and them go 0-17 this year, will Bryce be the quarterback still? I say no.
No.
I say no. I don't think so. I think what would happen, and Cam, you can correct me if I'm wrong. This is what I think would happen when or possibly if the Panthers go 0-17. I think Bryce gets traded. And I actually think the Panthers will not draft a quarterback. They're going to take a stopgap guy. Maybe a situation like, I don't know, we got to see what's going on up there in Pittsburgh with Russ and Justin Fields, see what's going on with that situation. And hell, you might even need to look at Atlanta situation because they are down here already trying to get rid of Kirk Cousins after year one, after week one. So I think they actually will bring in a stopgap quarterback for cheap, in my opinion, and just tear it all down and start it completely all the way over, which they should do if we go 0-17. Everybody should be up for trade besides literally DB. I would even put Bryce up for sale. Like, oh, yeah, you can have him if you come with the right price. Yeah. I mean, just being real. Like, and that's just my personal opinion. But if we go 0-17 and he fires Dave Canales, I'm not gonna lie, Cam, it could do more harm to this franchise than not.
It will. It will.
It's being real, bro.
It will. I think I just think that Canales, he did get a nice sizable contract. He got a 6-year deal, I believe. So he probably won't get fired this first year no matter what. So you might be right.
He will.
Yeah, you might be right.
If Tepper does that, bro, if Tepper fires two coaches in 2 years,
that's 3. That's 3 in 3 years.
3 in 3 years. Yeah. I don't know if he survives.
3 in 3 years.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's Dan Snyder level bad, man.
It's worse. No, it's worse. I don't think any.
That's like worst of all time.
I don't think any team has fired 3 coaches in 3 years. Correct. Now, y'all correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I really don't think they done 3 coaches in 3 years for firing.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because Frank Reich was the first head coach to get fired in back-to-back years. You know what I'm saying? And that was 2 different teams. So I don't know if
I think he'll give Canales at least a year or 2 though.
Yeah, probably so. Because like I said, you got a 6-year
deal.
Even
at 0-17, I think that now it depends though. If they're 0-17 mess and they're like not even competitive, they're getting blown out 58-0 every game. I don't know. He might would if it's that bad. If it just looks dysfunctional.
If it keeps looking like this, bro, I don't know how you keep that.
Yeah, it's
you see what I'm saying?
It's gonna be an interesting situation, man. I'm not gonna lie, but the Panthers are terrible. I know we just spent the first 30 minutes talking about them, but they're terrible.
Yeah.
But this guy brings up another point. Shout out to Camry 2026. I actually want to read some of y'all comments before we move on. Deontay said it depends on how the 0-17 season looks. If they are competitive besides the quarterback position, he stays. He also said, now, if we go 17-0, shoot, if we even go 0-10, he's probably gone. I think that's what he's talking about, Dave Canales, in that point. So, again, it's going to be interesting to see. Now, I want to bring up this next team next. Camry26 says, do the Panthers play the Giants this season? And they do, in Munich, Germany, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah.
That game is going to set football back 58,000 years, bro, because both of those teams are terrible.
Germany going to be like, why did we get this game?
Why did we get subjected to this massacre of a game? Like,
this what American football is? Oh, we good. We don't want that.
Like, bro, that's crazy. Now, y'all know what time it is, right? Cam, go ahead and ask me, bro. Go ahead and ask me. We're going to talk about the Giants. Okay. You got to ask me about, bro.
All right, y'all. Listen up, man. My boy T here. Y'all know what his history is with Daniel Jones and the Giants. Y'all know it. T, talk to me, bro. Talk to me, bro. What's good? What's the word on the Giants, bro? Let me know. What are your thoughts?
Listen, man. The last month, I've been ridiculed. I've been lied on. I've been talked crazy to. People told me I got trucked by Daniel Jones in high school, which was not true. My own high school teammate came out and confirmed I didn't, and he was the one who got trucked. He came out and said I was the one that got trucked. They said I was the one who got trucked, and I didn't. They said, oh, you only had 2 yards rushing. You dumb idiots. I played fullback. That was my second week. I played fullback. You're not going to get a whole bunch of yards playing fullback. You idiots. And I played linebacker, which in that game, I looked up my stats the other day ago when everybody was talking about that. I had 12 tackles, led the team in tackles that game. They don't bring that part up, though. Had a sack on Daniel Jones. They don't bring that part up either. They just leave that out because it doesn't fit their narrative. But I continue on. I told you this a month ago when everything popped off. Daniel Jones sucks. There's no other way around it. And I want all those sweet-ass Giants fans, mom and dad, forgive me for cursing because I know y'all watching this. I want all them sweet-ass Giants fans that was in here talking to me crazy the other day ago. A month ago. I want them to come and talk now because I knew I was going to get the last laugh, Cam. I knew I was. They were burning his parking lot in the fucking parking lot. They were burning his jersey in the parking lot. But I'm the hater.
Booing him as he was leaving the stadium, bro.
They were booing him and telling them, give me a meal, Daniel. But I'm the hater, which I'm not going to lie. I'll go a step further. I thought that was actually pretty lame that they were attacking him coming out of the stadium.
I
thought that was lame. I actually felt bad for Daniel Jones. I was like, yo, that's not fair. Like, bro, I get it. He sucks. We all know that. But, like, he's still a human at the end of the day. He's still a human. Like, even though people think I'm this big Daniel Jones hater, what I thought what the fans did to him coming out that stadium the other day ago was absolutely garbage. It was garbage. And it was super lame and super corny. But to get back to the football side of things, I told y'all, I played against several players that have made it to the next level. And you know, when you play against those guys, you know this guy's going to be special. It's no other way around it. I played against Jair Alexander. Immediately knew he was special. Immediately. I played against Carlos Watkins. Immediately knew he was special. Immediately. Sir, guys, you just see him. I seen DJ Humphries play. Immediately knew he was special. But when I played against Daniel Jones, I was the outside linebacker and our middle linebacker. No disrespect to him, Gabe. I hope you ain't watching this. He couldn't really read defenses and offenses like that, but I could. So I was pretty much the quarterback on defense. So I was reading Daniel Jones. When I tell you this was a decade ago, over a decade ago. That was 12 years ago. I knew he wasn't no NFL player. I thought he could go to a D1 school. You know, I thought like he could go to a Duke or something like that. But he didn't give me NFL starting quarterback vibes. He never did. And I played against the guy. You can ask my dad. He's probably in his chat somewhere. He'll say the same thing. Again, this dude went 22 for 42, 186 yards, and 2 interceptions. Cam. And it's been the same story about Daniel Jones now for 6 seasons. But when I say it, I'm the hater. But when Giants fans say he sucks, like I've been saying for the last couple of years that he absolutely sucks, it's not a problem anymore. Cam, how when I say it, and I actually played against the brother, why is it a problem then? I had 12 tackles on his ass, and I sacked him. I actually got on the field with him. Did any of you dumb fucks? No. So I'm gonna know probably the best information about Daniel Jones playing. I done played against the kid. I told y'all back then he was not good, and I'm telling you now he's not good. And the Giants, I'm not even gonna go on Daniel Jones no more. The Giants have the dumbest organization besides the Panthers in all of sports. Why do you decide to give 140 M's to Daniel Jones, or is it 160?
I think it's 160, bro.
Let me start this over. The Giants are the dumbest organization in all of sports outside of the Carolina Panthers. You gave that man 160 M's and said, oh, yeah. He's only had 1 year with more than 20 passing touchdowns. He's only had 1 year of that. 1 year. The rest
and they didn't pay him after that year either.
13, 12.
He got paid 15. After 15. Yeah.
Like, you gave that up for Saquon Barkley, and I know you seen what he did Friday. He looked amazing. 3
of them things.
He looked amazing. You gave up your franchise for a sorry dude that just sucks. He's just not good. But you thought Daniel Jones was the investment you needed to make? The Giants have a dumb organization, bro. They're just as dumb as the Panthers. To do that and to let Saquon Barkley walk, who I think is still a top 5 running back in this league, to sign the worst starter not named Bryce Young, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I just want to take my victory lap. I want to take my victory lap, and I told y'all, and I will admit, some Giants fans did come back to me and say, hey, we clowned on you, but you was right. Some of them did come back, and I will give some of the Giants fans credit. Some of them did end up DMing me back. The same one that was sending me threats and saying, I hope you die and all that. Those same ignorant idiots, they came back and did say, like, all right, bro, you was right. Like, I had a couple Giants fans come back to me and be like, okay, bro, yeah, you was right. So I will give their fan base a little bit of a break. But again, the rivalry of the Giants fan base in tea time continues. But I told y'all what was going to happen. I knew I was going to get the last laugh, Cam. I knew I was.
Hold on. I got one more giggle for you, bro.
Yeah.
I got one more giggle for you. You ready? Yeah. Since he signed that contract, since he put the ink on that contract, since that pen left that paper,
yep,
he's thrown more touchdowns to the other team than to the Giants.
But I'm the hater, though.
2 touchdowns.
Barstool Sports posting me all these big, but I'm the hater for just telling y'all the truth that I never seen anything special about this kid. But I'm the hater, though. Y'all should be trying to hire me as a scout or something. Y'all should be like, oh, that T-Tom kid, Ben said he was trash. Hold on, we might need to listen to this. Let's get in contact. But y'all too busy trying to make jokes and trying to be funny when I was just trying to give y'all an inside perspective. After that Houston Texans game, and I've been saying it for years now, I said, look, bro, Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback. He's not a starting quarterback. Cam, I would even say I don't think he's top 40 in the league, bro. There's some backups I would put. There's some backups I probably would put above Daniel Jones. I mean, I'm just going to be flat out honest. I'll be flat out honest. I would put Snoop above Daniel Jones. I'd put Snoop Huntley above Daniel Jones. In my personal opinion, I would. Not going to lie. I would even put Bajent from the Bears.
Dang.
I would probably put Bajent above Daniel Jones. I'm so serious, bro. I would be really tempted to I'd put Andy Dalton for sure. I might put Andy Dalton over daggone Bryce Young right now, to be honest. I'd put Andy Dalton in there. I ain't gonna lie. I'd put Joe Flacco over Daniel Jones and wouldn't feel bad about it. He had a tremendous season last year. Again, I'm still naming off guys. We don't know what he is yet. I put Penix over Jones, in my personal opinion. So I'm naming backups now. I take both. I take both of the Raiders. I take both of the Raiders quarterbacks.
Yep.
O'Connell and Minshew over Jones. I take both of them boys. I ain't gonna lie, Cam. You gonna like this. I might would even take Cam Newton off the daggone fellowship couch over Daniel Jones.
Easily,
I'm serious, bro. That kid ain't good. I'm just trying to tell y'all, and y'all didn't like me for it. But the floor is yours. That's all I had to say. I knew I was gonna get the last laugh. That's why I let them send the threats. I let them tell me I was dumb. I let them tell me I was jealous. I let them do all that because I knew this moment was going to come. I knew I was gonna get the last laugh. I knew it. That's why I said, just wait. Just wait. I know it, and it didn't take long. Week 1, they talking about pulling him. If they talking about They talking about if he struggles this week, they might pull him mid-game
for Drew Lock.
So who really won the war? Because I told y'all what it was. But the floor is yours, though. The floor is yours.
That boy T said, I got the last laugh.
Oh, I knew I was. I knew I was.
Sir. That boy T said he got the last laugh.
I knew I was going to get the last laugh, man. The dude just sucks, bro.
Man, I ain't got nothing to add, bro. I mean, what is there to say? You know what I'm saying? What is there to say? Ain't nothing else to say. Let's move on to the next topic,
before we go, though, the Giants are in real trouble, bro. Because they're in a similar situation with the Panthers. They're in a similar situation because they don't have a quarterback. And potentially the Panthers might be in the same predicament too. They might not have a quarterback either. So I will at least give Giants this. They do have Dexter Lawrence. Say what you want to say about Brian Burns. They do have Burns locked in for a long time. They have some defensive pieces. I like the Thibodeau kid. Giants are in a whirlwind of trouble, though, because they decided to invest in Daniel Jones instead of Saquon Barkley. But that's all I had to say, though.
But see, here's my thing, though. The thing about the Giants, that this is the leg up that they have over the Panthers. They didn't waste no capital.
That's true.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they wasted a cap space on Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
But they actual draft capital, they could just replace him in the draft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they'll have to eat a lot of dead cap or whatever. I don't know. But that's just, they at least have an easy way out. The Panthers ain't got no choice. We got to roll with Bryce or we got to take the L.
Or take the L.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it really ain't much that we could do.
Let's read some of these comments before we move on to other like actual football games worth talking about. Somebody said predict the Panthers Chargers score. I don't know. Panthers lose though. The Chargers had like 150 plus run game the other day go against the Raiders. I mean, if they did that against the Raiders, who have Christian Wilkins and also as well Max Crosby, just imagine what they're going to do to us.
Joe Alt held Max Crosby to 0 pressures.
Yeah, Joe Alt's good, man. He's good. I've seen enough already after week 1. That kid's good. He's going to be one of the top tackles in the league. It wouldn't surprise me pretty soon. Like, that kid is good. The way he did Max Crosby throughout that game, like you said, held him to 0 pressures.
0.
Max Crosby is probably top 5 edge rusher in the league. And Joe Alt straight up shut him down. Joe Alt's good, man. And now the Chargers all of a sudden have 2 really, really, really good tackles in Slater and also as well Joe Alt. Alt's good, man. He looks generational. So that's a good call by you, man. He looks good. But anyway, like I was saying, we're going to get blowed out. It doesn't really matter. Somebody else said before we move on again, what quarterbacks in college you think are coming out in the next few years? Should Carolina target? Bryce is cooked. It's Joe, but that's from Jordan Poole's season. I mean, again, I think they take the gap, even if it doesn't work out this year. I think they take the gap, and then they probably wait till next year to actually draft a quarterback. Your boy from Tennessee looked pretty good. We're going to talk about him. He looked pretty good. I don't know if that's 2 years from now, but he looks good. Nico, whatever his name is.
Maliava.
Yeah, that boy cold. Obviously, Arch Manning will be coming out. We really don't know what he's going to look like, though. Next year, obviously coming up this next year would be, Beck, which me and you like him a lot. Carson Beck, Shador Sanders, obviously very controversial pick. Jalen Milroe is probably going to be another one that's going to come out this year. Possibly Quinn Ewers as well. He's probably going to come out this year as well. So those are some of the picks this year. But again, I'm not going to lie. That boy said, we're going to get in the K. We're going to give K some praise. We're going to get in the K later on. All right, let's move on to some other football. Cam, I'm not going to sit up here and lie and act like I watched every single second of every single game because I was just so distraught after that Panthers game. I didn't even want to watch no football. So quickly, just give me some guys that you were kind of impressed. You already kind of brought up Joe Alt. Give me some guys you was kind of impressed with this week.
Man,
in week 1.
Who did I like this week, man? I thought
I got one for you.
Give me one.
I'm gonna tell you what guy I was really impressed with week 1. Not gonna lie, you might not like this. Brock Purdy was impressive, man. Brock Purdy looked good last night. I'm not gonna lie. Again, I know it's the system. I get it. I think Jordan Mason is another one. Somebody else said in the chat.
I got two for you.
Okay, go ahead. Who you got?
Panthers fans ain't gonna like this. Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold.
Both of them boys, they look good.
They look good.
Yeah,
they look good.
Both had over 200 plus yards passing, and like we're gonna get into that in a few seconds. Actually, we ain't see a lot of that this past. No. People struggling to get over 200 yards this weekend. So we're gonna talk about that next. I thought Anthony Richardson had some really bright spots. I thought CJ Stroud looked really, really good. It don't look like no sophomore slump is coming for him. He looks good.
No,
the Texans
Isaiah
look like
Likely.
a problem. Isaiah Likely looked real good. Lamar, obviously, we talked about him a little bit. He looks amazing. So yeah, I thought it was some good. I think Patrick Mahomes did, his amazing old Patrick Mahomes stuff. It's not even really a shock or anything like that. But yeah, I thought those were some of the guys I was impressed with. But that kind of leads me to what I want to talk about next, what you actually brought up. There's quarterbacks struggling to get yards in the NFL right now. I mean, it's getting rough. Cam, you brought this up, and I kind of want you to carry the topic here.
Okay.
There's quarterbacks struggling to get 150 plus yards passing in this week one. What's your thoughts?
I'm gonna read you every quarterback that had 300 yards this weekend.
Yep.
Actually, let me double check my facts to make sure I got this right. But I'm gonna read you every quarterback. Give me a second though. Hold on. I'm gonna get it right. But
so Cam is gonna read to us every single quarterback that had, I guess, over 300 yards. Is that correct?
Had over 300 yards this week.
Okay. And while you're doing that, I do want to give a shout out to two other guys. The Chiefs got two absolute burners. Rasheed Rice is really good. I don't know what his legal situation is with that car wreck situation, but that kid's good. And Xavier Worthy is really, really, really good.
I want to. My bad.
Amazing. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say I want to give another shout out to another wide receiver too, Jaden Reed, boy.
Yeah,
with the Packers.
He cold. Yeah,
he cold too. I had him on my bench in fantasy.
I thought AJ Brown looked pretty good too as well.
Oh yeah.
Which,
he definitely did.
He still looked good.
Devontae Smith did too. They did their job, man.
Yeah. But name off them. So Cam, name off the top. The only quarterbacks that threw over 300 yards in a week.
Okay. So there was Tua Tagovailoa.
Mm-hmm.
There was Matthew Stafford.
Yep.
And that's the end of the list.
Wow.
So that's it. Just two quarterbacks threw for 300 yards this weekend. That's it. Mm. And then you had Baker Mayfield threw for 289 and 4 touchdowns. So I'm gonna read off everybody. All right. I'm gonna read off all the guys who had under 200 yards.
Yep.
So Derek Carr had exactly 200.
Yep.
Daniel Jones had 186. Jaden Daniels had 184. Dak Prescott had 179, but that game was a blowout, so they was just running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Geno Smith had 171. They leaned on their run game.
Yeah.
Deshaun Freakman Watson had 169. Ain't that something? What a number. What a number for him to have. That's crazy. That's actually crazy, bro.
Nah, funny.
What a number for him to have, bro. Joe Burrow. Ooh, boy, I got some bars. I got some bars for that.
He was, I was hyping up Joe Burrow last week too.
I got bars for that. Joe Burrow had 164.
He was rough.
Kyler Murray had 162. Trevor Lawrence had 162. Bryce Young had 161. Justin Fields had 156. Kirk Cousins had 155. Justin Herbert had 144. But again, they kind of ran away with that game a little bit. And they ran the ball. Bo Nix had 138 on like 1,000 attempts.
Yeah.
Will Levis had 127. He looked rough. Jacoby Brissett had 121, but they kind of leaned on their run game as well. And then Caleb Williams actually finished last among all starters with only 93 yards.
Couldn't even crack 100.
And still found a way to win. So, and then I'll just read off the other guys too. Sam Darnold had 208. Anthony Richardson had 212. Josh Allen had 232. CJ Stroud had 234. Minshew had 257. Mayfield had 289. Tua had 338. Stafford had 317. Goff had 217. Purdy had 231. Rodgers had 167. So he didn't even really get off like he's supposed to. And then LaMarvelous had 273. Patrick Mahomes had 291. So he got his. And then Love had 260 and Hurts had 278.
Okay.
So
gotcha. A lot of quarterbacks. So Camry 26 asks a good question here, and I'll pose it to you. Do you think that quarterback yards is because defenses are adapting finally? What do you think about it? That's a really good question.
And that's what I was gonna say in our pre-show. I was gonna bring that up. Like, I don't know though, bro, because it's becoming a pass-heavy league. I mean, look at all the standout wide receivers that are on every single team pretty much at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Chiefs potentially have two.
Have guys, man. Everybody got one or two, it seems like these days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And or at least got some young talent that they could be excited about. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then you got the Packers who got a committee, a wide receiver by committee. Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know if defenses are adapting, but what I think it was is I think everybody kind of came in with a similar mindset of we need to establish the run early. Because last season, let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars for a second. The reason why they missed the playoffs is because they couldn't effectively run the ball. ETN had a good season, but they weren't efficiently running the ball. You see what I'm saying? To kind of help Trevor out a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of teams kind of came in with the idea. I mean, think about it. The 49ers gave Jordan Mason the ball 28 times. Yeah. Somebody who's never started an NFL game, somebody who's only played in 3 before last night. They let him choke the ball 28 times. I don't think defenses are adapting. I just think people's game plan just said, we just going to run the ball.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think it's kind of funny because I'm going to flip it for you, Carmi. I'm going to flip it for you. I don't think defenses are adapting. I actually think offenses are adapting. Because let's look at the Kansas City Chiefs last year, T. Me and you both said that the reason why the Ravens lost the game is because of a boneheaded decision to not run the ball against the Chiefs, who kind of had a mid-run defense last year. Yeah. And I think people are starting to realize that teams are focusing on pass rushers. They're focusing on pass rushing defensive tackles. They're trying to load up on cornerback. But linebacker right now, and the guys that set the edge, they non-existent almost in the NFL right now because teams have been focusing on these 250-pound outside linebackers. Remember, we had this discussion instead of 299-pound defensive ends. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I think teams right now are starting to figure that out, and offenses are starting to adapt to what the defense is giving them. And they're like, okay, we just gonna smash down your throat. Pause. I don't know why I said it like that, but we just gonna we just gonna run straight up the gut. You feel me? So that's what I think it is, man. I just think they decided because the quarterback play didn't look bad this weekend. You see what I'm saying? Like, nobody actually, outside of Bryce Young and a couple other guys, nobody really, like, Jordan Love didn't look bad. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts didn't look bad. You know what I mean? Kyler Murray didn't look bad, and he didn't have that many yards. Geno Smith didn't look bad. You see what I'm saying? Like, all those guys didn't look bad. They just decided to run the ball. Think about it. The Seattle Seahawks came from behind by running the football. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
Usually you run the football when you ahead.
Yeah.
But they literally was like, Kenneth Walker, you're going to bring us back into this game. And they gave him the ball 30 times, and he led them to victory. Joe Mixon had 159 yards on the ground on 30 carries.
Yeah, he went crazy.
And we talking about the Texans, who me and you both said probably got the best wide receiver core in the league.
Can we say something real quick? I know it's on this topic, but it's kind of not. That C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson war the next 10 years is going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be everything that Freakman Watson versus Andrew Luck should have been.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be fun to watch. And they're in a division with Trevor Lawrence. I didn't think Trevor Lawrence looked that bad the other day.
No.
I thought he made some really good throws. And I'm not being Clemson homer or nothing like that. I'm just being honest. That division in the quarterback play of the young quarterbacks, it's going to be a fun little division to watch. But go ahead with your point. My bad. I just want to bring it up real quick.
No, I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, even the wide receivers in that division look outstanding. I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. had a really good game yesterday. I thought, or not yesterday, but Sunday. I thought, obviously Nico Collins, that boy is wide receiver one.
Yeah, he's
he
really,
is nasty.
It's funny, man, because I thought he was gonna be a guy heading out the league before last year, and now look at him, like he looks amazing.
Yep.
So
it's amazing. It's amazing what good quarterback play can do for a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying?
True too.
And it's also amazing what good wide receiver play can do for a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That's a mutually beneficial relationship, I think.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Tank Dell had a really good game. Stephon Diggs caught him a touchdown.
2, didn't he? I thought Diggs had 2 touchdowns. Did he have 2?
He might have.
I know he caught 1 for 1. I almost thought Diggs caught maybe 2. I might be wrong.
You might
but
be
again,
right.
That AFC South is going to be fun to watch, man. Before we move into college football, though, I did want to bring something else up, too, about the NFL. What you thought was the best game this week? Because in my opinion, your boys, the Ravens versus the Chiefs, I thought that was a pretty good game, bro.
Yeah,
that was a good one, man.
That's the one I was going to say. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good one. I thought the Lions versus the Rams, 2 teams I like a lot. Me and you've been talking about them a lot the last couple of years. And shoot, might be teams I'm watching a little more this year because the Panthers suck. But yeah, I thought that was a really good game too, between really 2 good teams. I think the Rams are going to be, like I said, Verse was already showing out, and Fisk already.
Yeah.
So I think the Rams, people need to start kind of taking them seriously as at least a playoff contender. I'm not saying run the whole NFL, but I think that team is going to be pretty good going forward.
Yeah. They just lost to a better team. That's all it is.
Yeah, right. I mean, a lot of people think that the Lions are. Me and you talked about it last night. We think the Lions are last week. We think the Lions are top 5 team in the NFL. Yeah. So, and they hung in there with them. So the Rams are going to be another team I think we're going to have to really watch out for as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and somebody else said in the comments too, Philly and Green Bay was a good one too as well.
It was.
That was a good game too. But
Texans and Colts.
Yeah, Texans and Colts was an absolute banger too as well. There's some good. It was some good football going on this weekend in the NFL. I was pretty impressed.
You was right. Diggs did get 2 touchdowns. So
that's what I thought. I thought Diggs had 2 touchdowns in that game. So again, I know he ain't gonna be crying about that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Getting in the end zone twice. I gotta give your boy Josh Allen some credit. He played pretty well.
He got into the end zone.
Yeah, after halftime, Josh Allen was pretty good. That leap over touchdown he got in the end zone. that was like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
He a freak. I'm telling you,
like that, man. But I want you to get your bars up on Joe Burrow too. Before we move to NFL, to college, Joe Burrow, I gotta eat my crow. Joe Burrow, and it's like every season, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals start off like the Panthers. Like every season, they never get off to a good start. It's always like they look terrible. Like every single year since Zach Taylor has been there, and Joe Burrow has been there, they start off the season looking god awful. Me and you talked about it last week. I think we both had the Patriots as bottom 3 teams in the NFL, and they went in there to Cincinnati and beat them. So again, bro, I want you to get your bars off because I know you had something to say about Burrow. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah,
we're gonna move on to college football after that.
Listen. It's we got to be honest, bro. We gotta hold Burrow to the same standards that we hold Josh, that we hold Lamar, that we hold Mahomes.
Yeah. Because
if you're gonna put him in that conversation with those guys,
with them,
then he need to be held to that standard with them guys. You see what I'm saying? Like 100%. Listen, I said this, I was telling people this before. I'm like, when Joe Burrow was hurt, was this last season or it might have been the year before last, he got injured. Mm-hmm. He got banged up, but he still played. Yeah. And I took a screenshot of it and I was like, bro, this isn't an injury. Like that's not an injury that you're talking about. Like Sean Payton got on national TV and told Lamar Jackson to play with a torn ACL.
Yeah, that was crazy. I remember that.
And Joe Burrow just had a stub toe, and they was sitting there talking about he's a trooper. He's tough. He's going to play tonight. What?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Like, that's the type of stuff I'm talking. Like, he gets so many passes.
Yeah.
On certain things. And and we got to be honest with him. That boy injury prone.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm a Joe Burrow fan. Yeah, you're right. 100%.
He injured. If he always on the injury report, I got some bad news for you.
Yep. He's a blue tent warrior. He is.
You know what I'm saying? And I like Joe. I really do. I mean, I got him top 4 as well. But we got to hold him to the same standards. You can't lose to the Patriots at home.
Yeah.
You can't lose to the Patriots at home. They starting quarterback is Jacoby Brissett. Beef Be so for real with me, bro.
Yeah.
No. They starting quarterback is Jacoby Brissett. Man, they number one wide receiver is Tyquan Thornton, bro. Yeah. Right? Or somebody. Yeah. Be somebody, bro. Like Ramondre Stevenson. They traded my boy. They ain't got Jonnu Smith no more. They ain't got Judon. Like what? Who did you lose to? And people sitting there making excuses. Well, T. Higgins was out. Y'all told me Jamar Chase was like that.
Yeah.
You can't sit here and say T. Higgins was out. I don't care.
Yeah.
You told me Jamar Chase was like that.
I ain't gonna lie, Cam. Even if T. Higgins and Jamar Chase was out, I'm not gonna lie. They still should have beat the Patriots. The Patriots are bad, bro. That's a bad football team, and they got beat at home.
At home.
Joe, I'm with you 100%. Joe Burrow, man, he gotta step it up, bro.
Let me give a shout out real quick to Gerard Mayo for actually taking that W.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And winning that game. Sure. Defensively, to hold them boys to 10 points is outstanding. Because we're talking about an offense that we said was probably going to be one of the best in the league. So, absolutely. Look, man, I shout out to Gerard Mayo, but yeah, Burrow and the Bengals, y'all got to do a lot better. Y'all have to do a lot better. I mean, the defense only gave up 16 points or whatever.
Yep.
Like, why did you only score 10?
Yep.
But once again, and I want to bring this point up too, and then we'll move on to college football. This is why I was telling people, I had said this before. A lot of people overlooked what Joe Mixon meant to that team.
Yeah.
They thought Joe Mixon was just
in Houston already. Week.
Bro, pretty much had 160 yards rushing. I think he's your leader in rushing yards right now.
Yeah,
him or it's either him or J.K. Dobbins. But listen, bro, like a lot of people underestimated.
It might be your boy from last night too. He was going crazy. What's his name? Mason.
Yeah, Mason.
It might be Mason because he was going crazy. I don't know what his yards was last night. I'll look it up while you talk. But go ahead.
He had over $150 as well. But regardless,
it might be Mason. And by the way, before I'll go ahead. Go ahead and finish. But bring up Mason when you end it. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that they forgot or they overlooked how important he was to that team. Like Joe Mixon was a do-it-all back. I'm talking third down.
Yeah.
Like he was everything for them. Remember what he did to the Panthers? I mean, he dismantled us single-handedly.
Yeah.
5 of them things on us.
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I ain't, that's just what it is, bro. They lost Joe Mixon, replaced him with Zach Moss and Chase Brown. We're gonna see how that works.
Yeah, and to further your point too, Joe Mixon is the leader in rushing right now with 159 yards, so pretty much 160. And Mason is right behind him with 147, and J.K. Dobbins has 135. So they're all kind of in the same ballpark. I want to give some credence to Georgia Tech former coach Jeff Collins. Georgia Tech's former coach Jeff Collins needs to stick to defensive coordinator. I'm gonna tell you why. I know you're making that face. No. I want you to read off I'm gonna read off the running back room that Georgia Tech had in 2021-2022 season.
Yeah, man.
They had Jahmyr Gibbs. They had Jahmyr Gibbs. Also as well, this Mason kid, and also as well, Jam Griffin, who's also playing really good ball right now at Oregon State. He's like one of the top leaders in the country right now in rushing yards. He got like 200 and something yards in 2 games. And Jeff Collins, you couldn't get nothing out of that running back room. You had Jam Griffin, you had Jahmyr Gibbs, and you had this Jordan Mason kid, and you couldn't get nothing, and you couldn't get number 5 wins at Georgia Tech with those running backs. Yeah, bro, you need to stick to the coordinator side of the ball, bro. He's a coordinator now at North Carolina, but that's insane. But that's a perfect segue to college football. Cam, we got to talk about it. Our boys,
let's do it.
Our boys look good. I know it was against App State. Everybody keeps telling me, oh, it was App State. I don't care. App State just beat Texas A&M 2 years ago when they had one of their best recruiting classes of all time. They just almost beat Miami. What was that, last year? The year before last? They almost beat North Carolina the last 2 years. App State competes with teams in the ACC all the time.
They're an FBS team now. I mean, there's no, you know what I'm saying? It's not.
And they're probably one of the better G5 SBS opponents.
They're a G5 contender. Like people are saying they're a G5 contender, bro. Yeah.
But I want to give a shout out, man. Shout out to the Clemson Tigers for absolutely dismantling them from Jump Street, 66-20. And they could have honestly put up 70. I ain't gonna lie, they could have put up 70 points. I ain't gonna lie to you. They kind of pulled back the ledge a little bit. It could have got worse, to be honest. K. Klubnik, he looked good, man. I've never seen a performance like that from a quarterback in a Clemson uniform of all time. And we've watched Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson. The kid went 24 for 26, 378 yards, 5 touchdowns. I thought Vizina
through the air.
He got 2 more on the ground. He got 7 touchdowns in total. I thought Christopher Vizina, shout out to my brother. He did pretty good. He went 7 for 11, 78 yards, and he had a rushing touchdown as well. Phil Maffa had over 100 yards, something that we had been looking for and waiting on. And you know what we talked about all last week, me and you. We talked about where's Bryant Wesco. We talked about where's TJ Moore. And we talked about using the middle of the field with your tight end, Bringenstool, which is one of the better tight ends in the country that no one talks about. Bryant Wesco had 3 for 130. That kid's electric. Cam, I didn't see enough. I talked about it on Twitter. That kid's the best wide receiver at Clemson right now. I don't need to see Antonio. No. Antonio Williams had a good game too. Don't get me wrong. He did pretty good. Bryant Wesco is already the best wide. Do you disagree?
No.
Bryant Wesco is the best wide receiver on the Clemson roster right now at this moment. I think the second best is probably Antonio Williams. And I think the third best is probably the next guy I'm about to talk about, who is TJ Moore. He was also tremendous. 3 catches for 44 yards and a touchdown as well. Him and Antonio Williams had identical stats. Antonio Williams had the same exact thing as well. Clemson actually looked alive on offense. And for people that were saying, oh, it's App State. Oh, it's just App State. I want to remind you guys, last year at halftime, Clemson was almost in a tie game with Charleston Southern. It was 17-17 with 3 minutes left to go before half. I know the score looks crazy because it ended up being like 60-something to like whatever, but like.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Charleston Southern scored again.
Yeah, they didn't score
again.
They
had 20. I think they had 20.
Yeah, it was like, something like, but at halftime, we were only up 24-17. And we had just scored in the last couple minutes before half. So that's how bad Clemson's offense was against a team way worse than App State. App State would beat Charleston Southern the way that we beat them.
Yeah.
So again, Dabo Swinney, and I want to give Dabo Swinney credit too. Rest in peace, DeAndre Overton, obviously as well. Too sad situation in Greensboro. But I think Dabo Swinney kind of realized, oh, damn, I fucked up. I should have played those kids. I think he kind of realized, because you could tell by the way he was doing the interviews, like, yeah, I probably should have played those kids early. Wesco came in and immediately made an impact. 3rd play of the game. Then he did it again on the 7th play of the game. Made another big catch for like 50-plus yards.
Yeah.
Bryant Wesco should never come off the field. Just straight up. TJ Moore should never come off the field. And honestly, Antonio Williams should never come off the field either. Those should be your 3 wide receivers going forward. And have Tyler Brown getting in there too with them.
Yeah.
But those guys, Wesco and Williams, that's what Clemson wide receivers used to look like, guys. That's what they look like. Wesco and Williams is what they look like. There's no way you can trot back Cole Turner, who I thought actually had some good catches the other night ago. If I can be honest,
listen,
I know I was hard on him last week.
Listen,
he has some good catches. I'm not gonna hate. I'm not a hater. I'm gonna be honest. And even Randall has some decent catches as well. Yeah, but again, those guys should be wide receiver 6 and 5, like down the depth chart.
Yeah.
Down the depth chart a little bit. I think Clemson showed what they can be when they are locked in. I told you when we were living the game, I was pissed. So I said Cade sucked. But when we got gone, I said, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think Cade was that terrible against Georgia, to be honest. He wasn't the reason we lost that game, to be honest.
Facts.
I think if Cade, and you can't expect what just happened to happen every weekend. That's like a perfect game. Clemson quite literally played a perfect game on offense. You'll never probably see that again.
No.
But if you can just do 75% of that, 70% of that,
give me
bro,
half.
Clemson's a playoff team if that happens. And you can see it with the defense. They felt rejuvenated, like, oh my God, we actually have an offense now. We can get off the field. Oh my goodness. Like, what? We have an offense that can score?
Yeah.
That's the difference when you get your playmakers in space and get them the ball. And I got to give your boy Garrett Riley a little bit of credit. He tuned it up this week.
He did.
He said, you know what? It's over with. I'm done with all this soft stuff. We got to let it rip.
My boy Carmi right here.
Man. I gotta give Clemson credit. I thought offensively they looked really good.
Pen Carmi's most recent chat, bro.
Yep, got you.
Bro.
Come on now.
Look, people have been speculating this for a while. If that's the case, I'm not gonna lie, me and Dabo Swinney might have to get in the ring. If that's the case, bro.
Honestly, Cam, I said the same thing. It makes you wonder because I tweeted this out on Sunday morning. That looked a lot like TCU's 2022 offense,
bro.
If you remember, that looked a lot like TCU's explosive 2022 offense with less talented guys. That looked more like that offense, and it does make you wonder: was Dabo calling the plays the last year?
Man,
it makes you wonder. And it makes you wonder, this week, did Dabo say, Riley, the floor is yours, do what you want? It makes you wonder. It really does, because that looked more like TCU 2022 national championship team that got to the championship. That looked more like that. I don't know. I think Camry, I think he's bringing up a good point. Dabo didn't have the play call sheet this week. I don't know. I want to see it against NC State, which we're going to jump into them in a little minute too, because they got some issues.
Yeah.
But, bro, I thought Clemson's offense looked like TCU 2022. That's a good point by Camry. But go ahead, Cam. Floor is yours.
Nah, I was just going to say, I agree with what you said. I agree with what he's saying, Carmi saying about Westco, Williams, and Moore.
Yeah, that's the lineup, bro.
I think people Westco was outstanding, but Moore, what I seen from him, that boy can move, man. He can separate. Man. Yeah, he is nasty. I like what I seen from all those guys, bro. Listen, bro. Like, I know me and you gave Cole Turner a lot of heat.
Yeah,
but I already knew this. I don't know if they said this in the broadcast last week or not, but Cole Turner did technically have our most recent 100-yard game before Westco.
He did. You know, the Chapel Hill game, right? In 2020, the 2022 season. Yeah, the ACC championship. That was it, bro.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. But anyway, listen, bro. Like, we gotta do something. We gotta continue. We gotta keep this up, bro.
Yeah,
we gotta keep going towards.
I almost hate we have a bye week this week. I'm not gonna lie.
I do too. Yeah.
We got a bye week right now. Like,
exactly.
Let's play NC State Saturday. Like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like, I hate we got a bye week right now. I'm not gonna lie.
We got to keep that momentum up, man. They got to keep that momentum.
Cade looked like an actual quarterback, Cam. We've been screaming from the mountaintops for the last year and a half. We don't know if Cade got it. We don't know if he can do it. Cade looked like a pretty good quarterback the other day. I can't even hate. Y'all know Cade's probably his biggest doubter. I cannot lie. That was a flawless game, bro. That was a flawless. I don't really think he made a bad throw in that whole entire game.
He didn't.
Like, that throw he threw to Cole Turner on that out route, bro, that's an NFL throw, bro.
He done made 2 of them in back-to-back weeks.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Don't kill me for this, Panther fans. I ain't even seen Bryce Young make a throw like that since he's been in the Panther uniform.
Ooh.
I'm just keeping it real, bro.
Ooh.
I ain't seen.
They gonna get on.
They gonna get mad at me, but I'm just telling you the truth. The last 2 weeks. Tell me I'm lying, Cam. Hear me out now. Hear me out, bro. Have you seen Bryce Young make a throw like Cade made on the sideline to Cole Turner this week? The 2 back-to-back he made to Cole Turner on the sideline, and the one he made last week against Georgia. I ain't seen Bryce Young do that.
No, because he threw a pick on what he was supposed to do. When he was supposed to do it on Sunday,
Come
he
on
threw a
now.
pick on it.
And you playing
So,
against Georgia, that's damn near NFL team. So you might as well, you feel me? Like that's an NFL team damn near. And that ball he put on Antonio Williams last week, I ain't seen Bryce Young make that throw with the Panthers. I'm just keeping it real, bro.
That was a dot, boy.
I mean, that was a beautiful. And the 2 throws he made at Cole Turner this weekend was like, oh my God, he did that. Like what?
I mean, the doggone what's it called throw? That first Wisco throw was a crazy.
Did you see the Bringerstool throw? Bringerstool was so surprised that he called. Like, oh shoot, I got the ball. It was so perfect. Cade put that thing on a needle. I'm just telling you, I ain't seen Bryce Young make no throws like that. Them was some NFL throws, but I ain't trying to be rude. I ain't saying I want Cade to get drafted. I ain't saying none of that. But what I'm just telling you, and also as well, this dude said it too. We got to give Matt Luke and that O-line some love. Clemson O-line look good, bro. They look solid, bro. They look definitely improved. So we definitely got to give them some love. I thought Clemson looked amazing, and I'm excited to see us play against NC State next week, bro. I'm excited. That's gonna tell it. That's gonna tell if this shit was a fluke or what. But we're gonna see something next week.
Yeah,
we're gonna see something next week. But I just wanted to give Clemson a shout out. Let's move on to NC State and Tennessee. For one, that boy Nico good, man. That boy Nico good, bro. I'm telling you now, that kid gonna be good. They won 51-10. And I want to come on here and say it now. I was wrong about NC State, bro. NC State ain't winning no ACC, bro. They got Grayson McCall ain't it, bro. Matter of fact, I want to go ahead and apologize to Grayson, the other NC State fellas in the chat. Grayson, you was right, bro. Grayson McCall, he ain't it, bro. He ain't it. He not good enough. There you go. There you go. There you go. Grayson, I said his name. He popped up. Grayson, I'm sorry, brother. You was right. They got that Kevin Concepcion kid. He's good. He's good. I'm not going to lie. Kevin Concepcion, and I like that Jolly kid they got too. NC State's revamped O-line, who's supposed to have all this experience, they suck. NC State, I'm almost just as disappointed in them as I am Florida State. I'm not going to lie. NC State don't. Now, they could prove me wrong, but they beat Clemson or hang with Clemson even in a couple of weeks. But the defense didn't look that great either. They was getting blitzed and pushed around. Now, again, that might just be a little bit of credit to Tennessee. I think Tennessee is better than what people expected, even myself, if I can be transparent. I think Tennessee might be a top 10 team, a top really like 7 or 8 team in the country, bro. Like they're good. Like they're legitimately good. So I think we got to start putting a little bit more respect on those wide receivers they got. And all of a sudden now they have a defense. Tennessee got a defense now. Like forget the James Pierce kid that's from Charlotte. Shout out to him. You know, I'm always going to pull for my Charlotte natives. The rest of the D-line was amazing. He really didn't do nothing. The rest of that D-line was absolutely spectacular for Tennessee. If they can put that together and do what they do on offense, and now they have a run gang all of a sudden. Listen, bro, we're going to talk about another team in a second in Texas and Michigan. In Texas, Tennessee ain't going to be no slouch, bro.
Yeah.
Tennessee ain't going to be no slouch, and they already got Nico. So I wanted to say that real quick. I don't know if you want to give any synopsis on NC State and Tennessee, but I did want to say I think Tennessee, we got to start taking them more seriously on the national level as a threat.
Nah, I really ain't have much to say. I mean, I know you already kind of said it, but like, what do you think the real issue is with North Carolina State? Like, what's going on? Because I think
NC State has a few problems. They have getting the quarterback in the transfer portal problem. They have that bad because last year they got Brandon Armstrong. They thought he was going to be great because they put Robert Anai with him again. And you know, in Virginia, I think that was that 2021 season, they went crazy together. They tried to do that again, and it went absolutely terrible. And then this year, they tried to replicate the same thing. They went and got Grayson McCall and said, okay, he's a step up. Let's try to see what he can do. And he's been terrible. I just think that they've missed on the portal quarterbacks now twice. We'll see. It's only week 2. But Grayson McCall he didn't look good against Western Carolina either. And that's terrible. So again, we gotta see what they do there. But again, it looks like they missed out on that. I think the O-line play, which I thought was going to be NC State's strength. Everybody that's up on that O-line has started at least 12 games. At the minimum, their lowest guy has started in 12 games. Most of those guys on NC State O-line, 35 games, 32 games, 39 games on O-line, and they absolutely suck. There's no other way around it. They suck. And then the last thing is, I thought NC State was going to be able to rely on their defense. Guys like Aiden White, Devin Van, and those guys are getting pushed around as well. So I think those three items is why I don't think I thought NC State was going to win the ACC this year. I thought they was going to make it to Charlotte. I don't think that happens now. I don't. I think they're a 9-3 team. Like somebody in the comments is actually Grayson. It's going to probably be another 9-3 season for them. And that's just what it is.
I got to give my boy some love, man, some credit, because he told me all offseason.
He did.
I kept going at him. I was like, Grayson, man, I think y'all gonna be all right this year, bro. I think y'all gonna be better.
Me too.
He kept saying, like, you don't understand. Like, this is my team. Like, he was telling me, he was like, nah, this is what's gonna happen. Like, our head coach, he talking about it now. He don't like him, bro, because he said this is what happens. We always have a good year.
I think Dave Dorn, and I'm not trying to throw shade at NC State. We played them in a week or whatever. I'm not trying to throw shade at NC State at all. Dave Dorn is a perfect coach for NC State. I'm just gonna be real. Like, they are a mediocre school that's pretty mediocre at everything they do. They don't win a lot. I mean, they're like, we'll take 9 wins. That's a good season for us. Like, that's not most college teams. 9-win season is good. At NC State, a 9-win season is good. Yeah. But I think the fans want to get over that hump and get to the 10 mark. But I mean, at NC State, how often does that happen? It doesn't really, to be honest. So they're kind of in a similar position of like Oklahoma State's kind of the same way. They're a decent program. They just don't win anything. Like, they don't win anything of importance. Like, NC State's always going to be a 9-3 team. Like, it's not bad, but it's not like you can never, you can't hype them up like allegedly like I did this year. Like, I had them playoff bound. And now I'm like, shoot, I might will take Clemson by 10 points and play them next week. You know what I'm saying? Like, in Death Valley too. And that place going to be rocking because Clemson won't get back for last year. I can see Clemson winning that game by 10 points. So again, I think State is in a tough position. They're never going to be a program that's going to be like a national championship contender. And honestly, that's unfortunate, but that's just kind of what it is, bro. Yeah. Now, I want to move on to the next team. I know we always put Georgia in this tier amongst themselves. I think we got to put Texas right there with them, bro.
100% agree.
I think we got to put Texas right up there with them, bro. Texas absolutely dominated Michigan from start to finish. It was never close. They went into the big house and shut that place absolutely down. I mean, again, Texas just looked more athletic than Michigan. They looked faster. They looked stronger. They looked more physical. They looked smarter. Like, they were just doing everything that Michigan could not do. And it wasn't that Michigan wasn't good. They just didn't have the ability to be as good as Texas.
Yeah, they just couldn't keep up.
Georgia and Texas are in a tier amongst themselves, in my opinion. I think we got to start putting Texas up there with Georgia. Now, I still think Georgia is the best team in the country, obviously. But I don't think Texas is far off, man. Makuba from Clemson, he looked amazing the other day ago. Quinn Ewers, bro, looked like an NFL quarterback. I'm telling you, man, Texas is a team that we got to start respecting a lot more. Floor is yours.
Can I say something about Quinn Ewers real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe it's a hot take. I think he's the most clutch quarterback in the country. And he might be the best quarterback in the country.
Bro, after what I've seen the first 2 weeks of the year, I ain't gonna lie. It ain't that crazy to say that, bro. It ain't that crazy. Now, if you told me that 2 weeks ago, I'm like,
but I would say the same. But what I've seen, I think
I've seen in the first 2 weeks, it's hard to argue, honestly.
Is it okay? Is it hard for? Is it rough for me to say this too? He's your Heisman front runner right now. Is that a stretch?
Little hot. A lot of people are on the Genty kid from Boise State that's going crazy. A lot of people are on him. But Quinn Ewers, I mean, he probably has the best win, right? Like him and Cam Ward probably, and his win is better than Cam Ward's.
Yeah, he got the biggest win of the season. I mean, he beat down on the top 10 team.
I don't think it's crazy to say you're right, bro.
People say Michigan got the toughest stadium to play.
Bro, they were saying Michigan had a top 5 defense this year, and he ran through them boys like molasses.
And had them looking rough, bro. I mean, he picked them apart. Isaiah Bond went crazy. What's the other receiver name? God, they got another outside guy who went absolutely.
Wingo? Was it Ryan Wingo?
I don't even know, bro. I can't. It was something like that, bro. And and they running back for him to be
blue tough, bro. He's tough.
I'm
talking, bro. They lost 2 running backs, and it seemed like they didn't even have a fall off, bro.
What I tell you a couple weeks ago? Remember, I said Texas always keep. I said it don't matter what they do. I said they went from doggone Foreman to doggone who, you know what I'm saying, Bijan, Roshan, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Huh?
I was saying Roshan, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they my boy that Brooks,
yeah.
I mean, God, and then they had the 2 guys, Cedric, what was his name?
Baxter, CJ
Baxter.
And I can't remember the other kid name, but he's good too. So
and he got hurt. Like that's what Texas got. Texas was loaded, bro. If think about this, is their 3rd string running back. The guy he was gonna be their 3rd string,
and he looked amazing.
Now, what you think would have happened if they had their top 2 guys, bro?
Come on, man.
On top of Quinn Ewers, on top of Isaiah Bond, on top of Andrew Makuba
going
crazy on the defensive side of the ball.
We gotta put Georgia and Texas in the same conversation. It's not just Georgia and everybody else no more. I think it's Georgia and Texas, and then everybody else. Because Ohio State struggled a little bit with Akron.
Yep, and that's why they dropped.
Oregon, I don't know Oregon looks terrible, which we about to get into Notre Dame in a quick second. Oregon, they've looked terrible 2 weeks in a row now. So I'm a little concerned about them. Notre Dame, let's move right into it. Again, another year where they lose to a team they should not lose to. Another year. It was Marshall a couple years ago. Who else they lost to they weren't supposed to lose to? They've done this a couple of times now.
They lost to us last year.
That was Marshall last year, right?
No, I'm saying they lost to us last year, and they shouldn't have lost to us.
Yeah, Clemson. Yeah, they shouldn't have lost to Clemson either last year. Honestly, as bad as we was.
Yeah.
But they've had some other egregious ones where they just do not look good against really, really bad teams. And this has been a constant problem under Marcus Freeman. And it's kind of crazy because they had this high of high last week going into Texas A&M, beating them. It was, oh, my God, they look good. They're going to be a playoff team. Then they go back to the crib and lose to Northern Illinois University.
Their season actually already over. That's the crazy thing.
Bro, like, how do you do that? And Riley Leonard, he looks terrible. He's took a complete step back. I don't know what's happened, but he looks bad, which that seems to happen with Notre Dame transfer quarterbacks. That's another school that has missed on a couple of transfer quarterbacks at this point because Sam Hartman started off the year good last year.
And fell off.
At Wake too. He does that at Wake every year too. He starts off hot, and then you get to October, he falls off a cliff. Looks like Riley not even gonna make it to October, and then already fell off a cliff. Again, man, they gotta stop with this losing to bad teams. It's just not a good look for Marcus Freeman, bro. Like,
no, it ain't.
Like, bro, you doing this every year since you've been the head coach. Every year since you've been the head coach, y'all have lost to some sorry team. And everybody's looking around like, we did it again. We lost to some team that we weren't supposed to lose to. And like, we was looking at me and you were talking about last week. We thought they was going to walk through their schedule.
Yeah.
We thought like, oh, yeah, they cake walking through their schedule. Like, they got a bunch of slappies. They lost to Northern Illinois. Cam, I'm going to read off their schedule to you real quickly, bro, while we sitting here, bro. Notre Dame just lost to Northern Illinois. They already 1-1. They play Purdue this week. Then they play Miami. They play Louisville. Louisville ain't no team to just walk around and scratch your butt at. That's a decent team.
They better than Northern Illinois.
Hello. Then they play Stanford. Should win that game. Georgia Tech took an L to Syracuse this week. I kind of felt like the wheels were going to fall off for them eventually. I kind of felt like Florida State was so fraudulent that it helped Georgia Tech, and it's helping Boston College too. They're going to probably get spanked this week by Missouri, but Georgia Tech against Notre Dame, still going to be a decent game for them. Navy, they should win that. Florida State is terrible. They should win that game. Virginia, they look improved, but they should still win that game. Army, and then they got USC. I think USC beats them, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm almost scared that Notre Dame is gonna drop 2 more games and find themselves not in the playoffs. Lord. I really do. I think they drop 2 more. They drop at least 1, and I say USC is probably the one. And
Miami, you said Miami on the schedule, right?
No, Miami not on the schedule. No, Miami of Ohio. Miami of Ohio. Yeah, okay. Miami of Ohio. Yeah. Okay. If it was the U Miami, they're
out. I thought you were talking about the U. Yeah, I was like, God, because you said Miami then Louisville. I said, good Lord, Notre Dame. God.
Miami of Ohio. I should have said it. Miami of Ohio. But again, man, it's getting to a point, man, where Marcus Freeman gonna have to make something happen. But how do you feel about like Notre Dame just dropping these games, bro?
Hey, look, you know how we feel about black coaches, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we need to go back. We need to actually go back to Michigan in a second. But we got to go back in a second. But Marcus Freeman, bro, look, man, you got all the juice, bro. You can't be doing this, man.
Yeah,
you can't be doing this. They done rolled with you. They all they asking you to do at this point, make the playoffs, bro. And you got to path to it. All you got to do is just win the games on your schedule. You could drop one. As Notre Dame, you could drop one, but you don't have no conference, so you can't get in there based off the strength of your conference.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get in there based off of winning your conference because you ain't got one. So you have to take one of them at-large spots, and you really need to get in there. You know, you kind of got to get in there over an SEC team.
Yeah,
which said
or big team.
Their schedule, they mess around and lose to a Louisville, and mess around and lose to a USC. That's game, bro.
Yeah,
that's game, and it might already be game.
I'm about to say if they lose one more, it might be game because I think what's going to happen is it's going to be similar to college basketball. This whole good wins and good losses thing is going to start up. And if you bring up more Northern Illinois, and then we look back 6 weeks from now, and they're 1-6 or something like that, you're going to be like, that's a terrible loss. So I think that could affect Notre Dame as well. Even if they win out, that might affect them. But definitely, if they take another L, I think they're out of here, bro.
They done, bro.
10-2, I think they're out.
They done, bro.
Yeah, just being flat out honest, I think they're cooked. But I wanted you to transition back to Michigan real quick. Get into that real quick.
Man, boy. This going on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, ain't it?
Yep.
Let me watch my mouth. Listen, bro.
No, it's on explicit, bro. Go ahead.
Listen, man. Listen. They got you coaching without a contract, bro. If they not paying you, that's if they not paying you, bro, if they working you and then you not getting paid, that's slate.
Come on now. If they come on now,
bro. You don't have.
They said they ain't had that man contract ready, bro. He ain't signed no paperwork, bro. He just dealt with the vibes, bro. Sharon Moore ain't signed no paperwork, bro. Ain't no contract been signed. Ain't no none of that. That boy still on his assistant head coach. He on his assistant head coach salary probably still, bro. He probably ain't even getting no bump up to the head coach salary. I almost can guarantee you he ain't getting no bump up.
Donovan Edwards probably making more money than his head coach.
Come on now.
Listen,
cut him a check. He ain't college football. They cut him a check. I bet you he is.
I'm telling you, that is embarrassing, bro. You know what kind of dudes you gotta be to sit there and cry on national television over a white man that was coaching the team, and you act like he died when bro just got suspended for doing hardball stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting here acting like he died and you sitting there crying for your university. And they don't even give you a contract? Boy,
And you know what, Cam? You know what's worse? I think they're gonna send him up a river, bro. I think what's gonna happen when them allegations get solved and when they finish their update, conduct their investigation, what's gonna happen is they're gonna hit Sharon Moore with a whole bunch of penalties and all that. And you know what Michigan gonna do? Bye-bye.
He the scapegoat, bro.
We'll holler at you. They're gonna send that boy right up a river, bro.
His name is in all of that.
Yeah.
He's out of there, bro. That's why that's what they think they slick, bro. They really do think they slick.
That's why they gave him no contract, bro.
That's because they're gonna say, you know what? Well, he was never really our head coach anyway.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying? We don't have to vacate yes, because he really wasn't our head coach. He wasn't talking to us. He was just Volunteering. Man, and look, I don't feel sorry for him because he'd signed up for that mess.
He signed up for it. No, yeah,
that's on you.
Feel bad for him. He signed up for it.
You the one that they asked you. They said, "How do you feel about being the first black coach in the history of Michigan football?" Oh well, I got black and white in my family. I got a white wife. I got mixed kids. I got all this. I don't really see color. You a black man, bro. As soon as you said that was your death sentence, bro. You should have said, as soon as you said that was your death. That's how I know that he don't care about this, bro. That he don't mind them treating him this way. Because like you said, we all know what's going to happen if they don't make a bowl game this season, because that's literally on the table.
It might be on the table, man. Michigan looks bad. They don't have a quarterback at all.
He's out of there, bro. He's out of there.
Dude, at this point, and our guy Winston, he's a supporter of the podcast and stuff. I asked him, like, bro, put in Jaden Davis at this point, like the 4-star recruit you got. Like, put him in at this point and see what he can do, because Alex Orji allegedly sucks. He can't do nothing but run the ball.
Say he can't throw.
Yeah, they say he can't throw the ball further than 5 yards down the field. That kid they got in there now, I think he's worse than Orji. He can't throw the ball further than 5 yards down the field either. You might as well let Jaden Davis get in there and do whatever. Like, hey, bro, floor is yours.
And T, the thing about it is, it's only gonna be worse because he's seeing the quarterback play ahead of him.
There you go.
And he's like, if you're not gonna play me now, I'm about to leave.
Yeah.
Because, bro, no offense to Davis Warren, I heard that he's a cancer survivor.
Like that. For sure. Yeah.
So I'm glad he's getting his moment and everything like that.
For sure. Yeah.
But bro, Alex Orji was playing for y'all last year.
Yep.
I mean, he played pretty much he plays a lot of meaningful snaps.
Yeah.
If Davis Warren not getting it done through the air, and keep in mind, Michigan is predicated on running the football.
Running the ball, right.
So bro, do you know how many games they won with Denard Robinson at quarterback?
Yep.
And Denard Robinson with no peak thrower, but that boy could run.
Yep, absolutely.
The guy that had Devin Gardner that came after him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like that either.
He wasn't like that either. No. But Michigan ain't really never had no like that type of quarterback, really.
Right. I mean, shoot, Tom Brady wasn't even like that at Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan he wasn't, no.
Mm-mm. So that's what I'm saying. So why not just go ahead and put, you saying the 4-star recruit, I'm saying just play Orji.
Yeah, just play Orji. Yeah.
He big. He been there for a while. Play him.
Yeah. Let him loose.
But your boy, look, he signed up for that. He did all that crying and all that woo, like you like to say. He did all of that and didn't. That's on him, bro. He that's on him.
One more thing before we move on to the last thing, I kind of want to bring up Michigan's schedule, because I kind of want to just take a look at their games as well, because I think there's a few more losses in their forecast, Cam. They play Arkansas State this week. That should be a dub. Then they play USC at home. I don't know about you. Riley Moss looking pretty good, bro. That Miller Moss, I said Riley Moss. Miller Moss, that kid looking pretty good, bro. I think USC could beat Michigan at this moment. You got Minnesota. They got to go to Seattle and play Washington. Washington 2-0 right now. That's a gritty little team. Shout out to our guy, Ruth. That's a gritty little team, bro. I don't know if that's going to be an easy win for them. Then they got Illinois, who's also playing all right now. They're 2-0. Then they got Michigan State. They should win that game, but again, it's a rivalry game. Then they got Oregon. Now Oregon's playing bad, but I still think Oregon's better than Michigan. Yeah. Then they got Indiana should be a dub, Northwestern should be a dub, and they play Ohio State. They're definitely not winning that game. So I just named off. They already got one L. I think they got 2 more coming. I don't think 9-3 gets you in, bro. I don't think they're making the playoffs this year, bro. I truly do. Michigan's not making the playoffs at 9-3. They're not. I don't think they're doing it.
No, absolutely not. No, and I mean they're not making the playoffs at this point in the season right now. Anyway,
no,
you got
not the way they look.
No, they're not. They're not making it, bro. I mean, listen. What are they still? What is they rank right now? Are they fell down to what?
They fell down to so right here. Let me just go back to it real quick. I think they said they're at 18 though, but let me just confirm before I talk outside of my mouth. So yeah, they're at 17. They're at 17 right now.
So they're gonna have to they gotta find a way to not only climb back into the top 10, but essentially
not lose.
They gotta not lose. They gotta look good too.
Yeah,
they can't just rattle off some wins, some gritty wins, and thinking that somebody gonna put them in.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think they lose to USC. I think they lose to Oregon, and I think they lose to Ohio State, bro.
That's folding.
I think we're looking at an 8-14, maybe even 7-5. I think Michigan's that bad this year. I'm not lying. Like the way they got obliterated like that just does not look good at all.
And you know a player that I haven't been impressed with, and I'm kind of surprised.
Who?
Your Madden cover athlete. I mean, your college football cover athlete
has not been good.
He ain't been good at all, bro.
Yeah.
What's going? You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's just he ain't been good, bro. Ain't no other way. I was kind of surprised when he was on the cover. I was like, really? Donovan Edwards? Okay, I mean, but yeah, he hasn't been good. I want to talk about this freshman class in general, and I actually want to give a little bit of a shout out to little brother, South Carolina. That edge rusher, Dylan Stewart, and this is coming from a Clemson fan, that kid's impressive, man. That kid is good. I don't know if you've seen where he had like 3 dudes blocking him, and he still got to the quarterback.
He still got a QB hit, bro.
Dylan Stewart's good, bro. That's a Davion Towney Clyde type guy. And, again, I'm not trying to like just crap on South Carolina because I'm a Clemson fan. I wonder how long it is until the big schools say, hey, we're going to offer you $2 million to come here. Come on. I just like the 6-6 season might have him like, bro, I'm out of here, bro. Like, I'm not staying here. But that kid is good. That kid is good, man. Dylan Stewart is good. And I think South Carolina's defense looks improved as well, if I can be honest. I think Kentucky sucks, but I also think South Carolina's defense is improved.
They're pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a solid defense, man. Definitely better than what they've been the last couple of years. Now, the offense still needs a lot of work. But I'm not going to lie. I think South Carolina can hang around this weekend against LSU, bro. I'm not even going to cap.
They're not a bad team, bro.
I'm not even trying to be funny. I think South Carolina's actually. I was telling my was that Ace? I was telling that too. Yeah, it was Ace. I was telling Ace on something. I think y'all kind of decent, bro. Like I'm not even gonna hate. Like y'all look pretty all right. I think South Carolina. I'm not saying they're gonna be like an 8-4 team this year or nothing like that because their schedule is still what their schedule is. They're about to go on a run of like Oklahoma, Alabama. Like I don't think they win any of those games. But I think South Carolina's going to be an okay team this year, especially defensively. I think they're going to be pretty good.
Yeah. They're building towards something at least.
Yeah, especially with that Stewart kid, man. Like I said, he's good, man. I'm not going to lie.
I like Sellers. I think Sellers been solid.
Sellers, yeah, he looked rough, though, at times in that Kentucky game. But he did, towards the end, he started kind of clicking.
Mm-hmm. They O-line ain't really hitting on nothing, though, right now.
Yeah, their O-line is young, too. They got a lot of freshmen up there, young guys.
I think they trying to run him a lot. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really giving nobody, and they not running the ball like they should be. They running him. He's from your area, Greenville. Mazio Bennett. I thought he looked pretty good for South Carolina the other day ago. Number 3, I thought he was really, really good. Yeah. So South Carolina got something. They got a little bit of something. I ain't saying they no national championship contender or nothing like that. And I still want that ass to get tapped when they come to Death Valley at the end of the year, obviously. But I gotta give them credit. I think they're going to be a decent team this year. I don't think it's going to be a game we walk in like, oh yeah, we know we blowing South Carolina out today. Like, no, they're going to be. They're going to be pretty good, bro. Like, they're going to be a solid team, not going to lie. And I got to give a little credit to Shane Beamer for that. I think they're going to be a solid team. But I want to talk about this freshman class just in general. Like, bro, there's a lot of good freshman players this year, bro. Westco, TJ Moore,
Ryan Hollywood Williams out there at Alabama is going nuts. Jeremiah Smith is a daggone Megatron, like twin, bro, he's insane. He doing something crazy every week. Cam Coleman, Dylan Raiola's little weird tail, he going crazy. Bro, this freshman class of players is elite. I'm not
these true freshmen that we talking about, y'all.
DJ Lagway looked amazing. Shout out to Florida. He looked amazing. Bro, this freshman class this season in college football, low key, bro, one of the best I've seen. I'm not even gonna cap to you, bro.
In terms of immediate impact, and you probably ain't seen one better than this in a while.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Dylan Stewart, we just talked about him. This freshman class is loaded. In 3-4 years, whenever the draft come up, it's gonna be a good year.
It's gonna be fun.
Golly, there's a lot of good players in this class. KJ Bolden we seen him in person last week, at the Clemson Georgia game at safety.
Yeah,
he's playing amazing. I mean, bro, the freshmen now are like freakazoids. They're coming in ready to play immediately. Last year, there was really only one Caleb Downs, true freshman that came in and balled. Dude, it's 10 of them this year. There's 10 Caleb Downs. Westco, TJ Moore, Dylan Stewart, all these guys come in, and Jeremiah Smith, they're amazing. So again, the draft in 3 years is gonna be beautiful, man. I'm not gonna lie. The way it's looking, it's just so much young talent already looking stellar, bro. I'm impressed, but that's all I want to say.
I'm with you on that. I mean, it's crazy. We was just talking about it. It's crazy how so much can change in a week. Last week we was complaining about how all these other freshmen out here hooping and Clemson not playing theirs, and now we in the mix. Now we done got two guys that look good, man.
And obviously, I'm gonna tell you another one for Clemson that looked good. He got an interception. Ricardo Jones, that safety, he looks really good for Clemson. Clemson had two guys graded in the top 10 freshmen this week: Ricardo Jones, Bryant Westco. Clemson's got some young guys too that can really play. So again, it's just kind of crazy to see these freshmen come in and make impacts immediately. And like I said, last year it really felt like it was just really Caleb Downs. He was one of the best freshmen I ever seen come in. Dude, I feel like we got 10 of those this year, where it's it's a lot of good freshmen, bro. A lot of good freshmen. But again, man, it's just impressive, man. I think the game is changing, and college football is just getting more popular, and these freshmen are just coming in bigger and better, really low key than ever, honestly.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that real quick before we end it. Cam, we have went almost for 2 hours again tonight, but this was a fun podcast, bro. This was a really good episode. Check this out on all streaming platforms, on YouTube also as well. It'll be up on Spotify, Apple Music, all that, probably in a couple of minutes, bro. What an episode. Football's back, Cam. Man, I can't believe it. We back in the full swing, bro.
Best time of the year, bro.
Best time of the year for sure. We just need that weather to drop a little bit, but best time of the year. Cam, before we end it, man, anything you got to say, bro?
Nah, man. Appreciate y'all once again for the comments was going crazy today, man.
Yeah, shout out to the comments. Yeah,
I really ain't never seen it like this.
We got up to 470 people in here, man. Shout out. We ain't had this much since the whole Daniel Jones fiasco a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
literally, and this is actually more. We had more today.
I'm about to say I think this is the new. Technically the record, ain't it, for us?
470 people, bro.
But that's good though, man. This was a good one, man. I like this one. Appreciate you for everything that you be doing for the pod, man. I was up and energized this morning, man. So appreciate you, man, and thank y'all for everything, for tuning in weekly and stuff. Appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, same to you, bro. Appreciate you and everything you do for the pod, bro. And appreciate y'all's love and support. We're going to sign out for the night. Peace, love, and happiness, man. Y'all have a good week. Enjoy some football. Stay safe.